As you guys have probably seen by now, there's currently a big debate on the internet on who would win between 100 men and one gorilla. Corey Sandhagen gave his take on the matter. He said, "This is weird. I haven't heard this before. I definitely would need a few hundred of me, but 100 is kind of a lot. I don't know how we would win. My go-to would probably be a bunch of trying to kick him in the nuts as many times as I could, and then probably poke him in the eye. Everything that I could do that would be illegal in a fight, I'd probably try to do to the gorilla, and hopefully he wouldn't rip and kill too many of myself." Renato Moicano also gave his thoughts on the 100 men versus one gorilla trend. Renato thinks it's a complete waste of time talking about it because the gorilla would win with ease.
I saw a tweet saying that Mr. Beast did the challenge, and I am so stupid that I went to the Mr. Beast channel to see if that was. I believe that.
Yeah.
Everybody will get by a gorilla.
Who has the better chance?
Nobody. Have you seen a gorilla? There's no way a human being can defeat an animal like a gorilla. You have to think about that. Who is going to be the first one that goes?
Yeah, that's the thing.
They're gonna get
30.
killed instantly, right?
Yeah.
And then everybody will, okay, I think I'm not gonna I'm good with that. I think I'm cool.
Yeah.
Now they don't with money and then talking about a gorilla. That,
You
bro.
sound like Andrew Tate, bro.
No, I don't care about what he has to say too. I'm just saying, do something with your life, my brother.
What should they do, bro?
They should subscribe on that channel.
Merab Dvalishvili seems to have a different perspective than Renato Moicano. He thinks he could take one gorilla by himself. Here's what Merab, Jamal Hill, Brandon Moreno, and Bo Nickal had to say.
Could 100 men take down one gorilla?
You saying the humans have no weapons? No weapons, just hands.
Give me like 3 of me, and I think we'll take them out. Easy.
One gorilla? It's easy, bro. I'm smart, I'm strong, training every day. You think I cannot take one gorilla? 100 men?
The gorilla, bro.
100%. 100 men can take down a silverback gorilla. What we're gonna do is, though, we're gonna sacrifice a few of them.
Yeah, easy.
100 men win?
Me alone.
What's the strategy? Choke?
I'm gonna take my t-shirts off, my pants off. You know? Don't worry.
Like the first wave of guys coming in, and I picture the gorilla just like smush, just like their heads in like a row, just like.
You got a 22 and you shot a gorilla That's not gonna piss it off, right? So what the fuck are your fists and your feet gonna do?
And the shoot, take him down, boom, boom, easy. Easy. I think I can take one gorilla.
600 pounds.
600 pounds? Maybe inside trip.
Johnny Walker shared his perspective on Anthony Smith's decision to retire from MMA following his TKO loss to Zhang Mingyang. Walker reflected on the viral moment from their fight back in May of 2023, where Smith accused him of attacking his family. Walker went on to win via unanimous decision. He believes one of the key reasons for Smith's struggles towards the end of his career was his inability to effectively check leg kicks. Go check out Johnny Walker's full appearance on the Verse Us podcast. Links in the description.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, so we
I wanna let this very clear. I never attacked nobody's family.
I
promise you. I promise you. I wanna meet him and ask him why did he said that in the middle of the fight. I have no idea.
Bro, even your confusion in the middle of the fight, you're like, what? What are you talking about? Like, oh yeah.
I forgot all about that, bro.
Yeah.
I forgot he said that.
That was so weird.
Oh
Dude.
my God.
Yeah, he have a great career. He fought the best in the world, you know. he have a lot of fights, almost 60 fights, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
His body been through a lot, you know.
Yeah.
And one thing that I noticed, like, is that he didn't check kicks, bro.
Yeah.
He started losing the fight because the guy started landing the kicks on him. Like, just put your shin to his kick, you know.
Yeah.
Michael Bisping thinks Kamaru Usman should consider retiring if he loses to Joaquin Buckley. The two are set to fight at UFC Atlanta on June 14th. On his YouTube channel, Bisping said if Kamaru Usman loses this fight, will that be the end of his career? I'm not throwing any shade. I've got nothing but the greatest respect and deep admiration for Kamaru Usman. He's a solid human being. He's an incredible fighter. He's been a great ambassador for this sport. However, 37 years old, hasn't been too active, and then if you lose 4 in a row, maybe it's time to think about walking away from the sport. As I say, I don't say that lightly. He's a great guy, but we know Joaquin Buckley is coming into this one revved up. This is the biggest fight of his career. They always are, by the way, but this one is the big one. This one is the final hurdle. This is the one that gets him a title fight. Maybe if he's victorious. He's only 30 years old. Jeremy Stephens makes his UFC return this weekend against Mason Jones. His last fight in the UFC was back in July of 2021, where he lost to Mateusz Gamrot via Kimura in the first round. Jeremy recently defeated Eddie Alvarez in BKFC. However, he has only one win out of his last 9 MMA fights. He says he's grateful to be back in the UFC and plans to quote-unquote wreak havoc this weekend.
Feels amazing. Just super grateful. Honestly, just blessed. It's been a heck of a road to get here. Had to climb, crawl, scrape, scramble, get my way back here. So it feels good to be back here in my hometown for my first one. Painful, dark, miserable, brokenness. Really had to earn this one. I did this one myself. So, I like to remain in gratitude and just good attitude about everything that's going on, all the blessings that are happening in my life to be here in my hometown. You can't make this shit up, so it's amazing. It's had its ups and downs. It was rough when I left. I felt like I was pushed in the bottom of the well. You ever seen the Ring movie? The down at the well. I had to crawl, scrape my way back, fight bare knuckle, break some jaws, and remove the concrete lid that was off. Now I'm crawling out, getting all my tools back. I'm gonna wreak some havoc on somebody, and it's been a heck of a journey, but I'm grateful to be here. Molded in the darkness, the pain, the suffering, what I've had to endure, the resilience. I've really had to do some dark stoic mastery, and I never gave up. I kept with it. I kept believing in my delusions, and I turned them into reality with my bare fists, my bare knuckles, and here we are.
Joaquin Buckley is hoping Belal Muhammad defeats Jack Della Maddalena. Buckley says he believes if he beats Kamaru Usman at UFC Atlanta and Belal successfully defends his title, his odds of fighting for the belt next would be higher.
And don't get it twisted, y'all. I'm always focused. I'm always locked in. But I always like to prepare for that next move. So y'all already know, once I beat Kamaru Usman, my mentality and where I want to go is get that belt. Now, Belal is the one that wins, right? Because if he doesn't win and JDM wins, I'm already know the UFC got different moves that they trying to do. You understand? So I'm hoping Belal wins, and once he wins, knock his out, and then go ahead and proceed to be the biggest star in the UFC. Because right now the big talk is there is no stars in the UFC right now, right? And if they are, they done lost, you know what I'm saying? They didn't, you know what I'm saying, fumble the bag in some type of way. So I really feel like, man, this is my opportunity to really show up and show out. But yet again, bro, I got to go into that cage, man, get my hand raised. But not only get my hand raised, go out there, man, and dominate this man and get the knockout that I know that I can get.
Bo Nickal is very confident ahead of his fight against Reinier De Ridder this weekend at UFC Des Moines. He says he's ready for whatever comes, whether it stays on the feet or goes to the ground. Bo is confident in all areas.
RDR was definitely a guy that was on my radar. He was a guy that I asked to fight, so I feel really excited for this fight. I think it's a great matchup and an exciting matchup. He's a guy that I look at with a lot of respect, and I feel like he's a very skilled fighter, and he's shown that time and time again. Undefeated in the UFC so far, and so I'm looking forward to just putting on an amazing performance and giving 100% effort out there. Yeah, of course. I think that as you saw in my last fight, two guys that are, more grappling focused that ended up on the feet the whole fight. And I think that with this next fight, I feel like he'll probably have a little more urgency to take it to the ground. I think he feels like he has an advantage there. But for me, I feel like, wherever the fight's at, I'm just looking to continue to compete for the entirety of the round, the entirety of the fight. And wherever the fight goes, I'll feel comfortable and confident. So, I have a good game plan that I've gone over with my coaches, and I feel like it leaves me a room for creativity, but I'm going to be able to be dangerous and a big, I think, challenge for him wherever the fight takes place.
Miesha Tate is set to fight Yana Santos this weekend at UFC Des Moines. Miesha says she hates the fact that she's currently ranked number 11 in the women's bantamweight division and believes a win over Yana will put her in the top 10.
Love this matchup with Yana. I grew up fighting strikers and being the wrestler and the grappler, and I feel like this is another classic matchup. Obviously the sport of MMA continues to evolve, and women's MMA is, not like it was 10 years ago, 15 years ago. So I'm expecting evolution in her, but at the core of who she is and her style is definitely more of a striker. So I'm excited to take her into deep waters. Well, a victory will put me right back in the top 10. So that's what I want. I hate being number 11. You know, I want to be inside the top 10, so I'm not happy with that right now. And she's sitting right at that number 10 seed, but I think a good win over her could boost me up even past that. So I'm looking for, again, my best performance. It's not about Yana. It's not about the win. It's about being my best. And when I'm my best, not only will I get the win, but I think I'll do it impressively.
Dustin Poirier is set to face Max Holloway for the BMF title at UFC 318, which will be Poirier's final fight in the UFC. Daniel Cormier believes if Dustin wins, the BMF belt will retire with him.
It's a problem, but also can be a great thing, right? There is a certain section of the mixed martial arts community that thinks the BMF title is only a gimmick. Chill, I understand that you and I like it. They think it's a gimmick and it needs to be done away with. Hey, BMF title gets defended in New Orleans. Dustin Poirier wins the BMF title and walks away. Title goes out the door with him, right? Hey, that's the danger. Dana White, Hunter Campbell, it is a retirement fight. A loser leaves town. It's essentially a loser leaves town match. Dustin Poirier leaves town, he takes the belt with him. That's it. BMF title is gone. I want the BMF title to stay. But chill, if it's on the line, and if the guy wins it, and he says, hey, I'm taking my lunch pill, I'll see you next time, BMF title goes out the door, right?
Fans expressed concern for Deiveson Figueiredo this week after photos of him began circulating on social media. Figueiredo is scheduled to fight Corey Sandhagen this weekend, and the images quickly drew attention. Many felt he appeared noticeably out of shape compared to his usual condition during fight week. Figueiredo has since responded to this situation and clarifies that the photos were not taken recently. He said, "The pictures that you see there are from a time when I was coming off injury. So I had injuries in the groin area muscles, and I was taking cortisone, and I was very overweight. But people don't need to worry. I'm going to make weight. I've always been very professional in my life, and I'm not going to stop being professional now. I'm a guy that's now 37, so I can't miss out on this opportunity. Beating Corey on Saturday, I'll get on the microphone and ask the UFC to get me that title shot." Paddy Pimblett was not happy after breaking his fork before eating.
Different pasta, lad. Lad, who bought these forks, lad? Like, who the bought them? Just nearly ate a bit of plastic, lad. Whatever company makes these, you're a load of you bums. You bastards can't even put a little thick bit of plastic in. No wonder there's 79p a pack. Who the bought them, lad? Hey, Ben! Who the bought them?
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's in reference to UFC middleweight Cedricus Dumas getting arrested for the 15th time since 2014. It's from Lowrider94SS. It says Dumas is the perfect name. The second one says arrested 15 times since 2014. Jesus. And the final one says John Anik. Belal Muhammad is a willing champion that fights every 3 months. Belal hasn't fought since he won the belt last July. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.